my golf friend. Welcome back to Think Above Par. Super happy you're here. Hope you're having a beautiful summer, playing lots of golf, putting to work some of the things that you learn about here on the podcast. So I wanted to share with you that I have done several live workshops of Master Your Golf Brain where I've gone into facilities, clubs, and have spoken for 3 to 6 hours, actually. Just help people learn the process of mastering their golf brain. And so for the last few, I have started the workshop a little bit differently. I have asked the participants to share with me their biggest mental challenge. And I have them write it down on a piece of paper, very anonymous, and send it in to me. And so before we even start the workshop, I go over those. One, it helps me figure out what people are looking for so that I can offer them value and make sure that I'm answering the questions that people need. But also, I share with them how everybody in the room is going through the same thing. And I want to share with you some of the answers that I get from participants. And it was a really eye-opening exercise the last time I did it because in that room, I had junior golfers to people in their 70s. I had men and I had women. I had low handicaps and I had high handicaps. I had people shooting in the 70s, people shooting in the hundreds. It was a mixture of everybody. And I tell you, and I tell anybody who listens, that the reason that you would want to work on the mental part of your game, working on managing your thoughts and your emotions is one, is if you can't take your talent out onto the golf course, that's mental, right? Right? You can do it on the range, but you can't do it on the course. You're getting in your own way. If you know up front that you are sabotaging yourself, that there are things that you are challenged with and that you don't know how to overcome them and they are affecting your score and your result, right? That's mental. And then the other part is that if golf is a big part of your life and you just aren't enjoying your experience out on the golf course, you don't enjoy how you feel, you don't enjoy how you come off of 18, you're not socializing with people, but yet that is your life. Maybe you live at a golf course or you spend so much time at the course. That is also something to work on mentally, on your mindset, on how you manage your mind, your thought and your emotions, to shift your perspective. And you just totally change your results and your experience. And I have clients and people who listen to this podcast tell me that over and over again. Sometimes you are only just one thought away from everything shifting. That is what happened to me, and that is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I want you to have that experience as well. But I also want to share with you, as I'm going to read this list to you, and I want you to see yourself in it. I want to share with you that you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your brain. You have a human brain, experiencing the same things as every other golfer out there on the golf course. And if you listen closely enough, when you're hearing tour players get interviewed, you'll see that they're just like you too. They're experiencing the same emotions. Anxiety is anxiety is anxiety. Right? The situation changes. We can have anxiety off of the golf course or we can have anxiety on the golf course. It feels the same way in our body. Anger is anger is anger, right? It feels the same way whether it's off the course or on the course. It's just what's producing it, which is always your thoughts, but it's the situation that you're in that's producing it, right? And it's what you think about it afterwards and how you deal with those emotions. So I'm hoping this might change your perspective. I want you to hear yourself in this list. And there's going to be some repetition because it's going to show you how frequently, or how many people, I guess I should say, have some of these thoughts. All right, here we go. Not let playing with inconsiderate people bug me. Lack of confidence with my irons. I don't know how to start my swing. Pressure to hit every shot perfectly. Can't hit certain clubs. Fear of water or certain holes. Competition. Anxiety. Feeling anxious. Fear of hitting a bad shot, fear or anxiety playing with people I don't know, people watching me play, can't hit the same distance on the course as on the range, lack of confidence with certain clubs, example 8-9 pitching wedge, staying focused for the entire round, building confidence back, pressure on tee shots, forgetting about a bad shot, focusing on golf instead of group conversation, too many swing thoughts, oh no, I have to hit it over the desert, people watching, overthinking, not worrying about golfers waiting, confidence in myself, I'm better on the range than on the course, worrying about my score, shaming myself post-round, rushing to play quickly, short putt I need to make for the team, negative attitude, playing with lower handicaps scares me, not letting bad shots get to me, playing freely, allowing myself to do what I do on the range, thinking of the worst outcome and then hitting a bad shot, fear of hitting a bad shot or missing a putt, overcoming fear of failure, not meeting expectations, feeling like I'm not in control, not going through my routine every time. I rush sometimes, letting go of a bad hole and shifting to a positive mindset, talking negatively to myself, being too hard on myself, self-criticism, losing focus, committing to shots, overthinking a shot and trying to hit an unnatural shot, losing focus on the back nine, staying focused, consistent focus, forgetting simple things like alignment, worrying what others think, trusting my game and capabilities. Okay, so that was 55, mainly because I asked 55 people over the last 2 workshops I've done, and those are the people that turned it in. But there's a lot of repetition. I mean, you don't know in there what someone's handicap is. You don't know, you can't tell in there on whether they're old or young or male or female. And so my point is we all have the same brain. It's doing the same thing. Your brain is trying to protect you on the golf course when we feel like we're in danger. Your brain is naturally a little bit negative. And if we don't have the tools to pivot away from that and to think intentionally, we're going to be at the effect of those negative thoughts. Confidence is not a given. We have to work on it and build it every day. Focus is a skill. It's really about awareness and noticing what we're not focusing on. I'm for sure going to do a podcast on that because that came up a lot, right? Can you see yourself in that list? And you might be able to see yourself in that list in multiple ways. Keep in mind, I asked these people, these participants, to just list one thing. Of course, not everybody did that, but I asked them to list one thing, right? We don't only have one thing. We have multiple things that are challenges for us mentally on the golf course, but I asked them to list the biggest mental challenge that they have. What would you list? What would be your biggest mental challenge? The one thing that if you could eliminate it, minimize it, it go away, you had a magic wand and it just disappeared, it would greatly impact your golf game, your results, or your experience on the golf course. What would it be? What would you list? What would you put down? It starts with awareness. It starts with that one simple question I just asked you. What's my biggest mental challenge? That if I could change that would change my whole experience. And then going out and seeking how to shift that. I also hope that you saw in this list how impactful and important it is to work on this part of your game because it really does affect your results and your experience. And it's not innate for us to just have a strong mental game. It's something that we get to build. We learn the skills, we repeat it, we rehearse it, we get curious and aware, we fine tune it, we don't judge it, we don't judge our thoughts. I could watch people be very hesitant on writing down their thoughts and turning them in. Right? Make sure it's anonymous. I'm not going to know. Only you will know when I read them. But people judge their thoughts and what they're feeling. They shame themselves. I don't want you to shame yourself for your thoughts. You have a human brain doing what it's doing. We get to just be aware of it and then question it, shift it. It's totally 100% possible to shift your thoughts and shift the way that you show up on the golf course so that you can create better results. That is in your control, my friends. Have a beautiful week and I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye. Subscribe to the channel to master your golf brain and listen to Think Above Par on your favorite podcast platform.